The best team in the AFC is which? Because, I mean, I come on the air and I'm like, it's Packers, clearly in the NFC, and Packers, I think, clearly in the entire NFL. But
yeah, I don't think that's a debate.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals are catching fire.
Yeah.
And they just beat the Chiefs, who nobody did in November and nobody did in December. Okay? As a matter of fact, Mahomes, we showed this stat on game day morning Sunday. Mahomes became only the third quarterback in the Super Bowl era to go undefeated in the months of November and December while throwing for over 2,000 yards in those 2 months and fewer than 5 interceptions. The other quarterbacks are Breeze and one of the Mannings you're going to see tonight on ESPN2 and Peyton. That's it. Red hot quarterback, red hot defense, fell down to the Chiefs 14-0. And Joe Burrow is absolutely the hottest quarterback in the AFC because Aaron Rodgers is out of his mind. But Burrow's numbers in the last 2 games are insane. Because, you got to build your team. This is the way you win championships. You got to build your team to win your division first. You got to look within your own neighborhood and win your division first and see what you can do from there. So what did Burrow do was complete a sweep of the Ravens. That's your own neighborhood, okay? And throw it for 525 yards in doing that. And then he torches the Chiefs. So what do you do from there? You win your division, then see what do you do from there. They just beat the 2-time defending conference champs, okay, who are playing for the right to have home field advantage at home to go all the way for a third Super Bowl championship run, AFC championship win, which they can still do. But look at those numbers. He's completed just a little bit less than 79% of his throws the last 2 games. He is 29 yards shy of 1,000 yards in his last 2 games. 8 touchdowns, no interceptions is, I don't know, passer rating. I mean, how's that not perfect? But you missed some?
I don't know.
I mean, come on. It looks damn near perfect to me. Yeah. And that kid, Jamar Chase, is unbelievable. Randy Moss, rookie season like, okay?
I had to tell you, Chris Brockman.
He set the receiving record for rookies,
Yes,
man.
he did.
Brockman, what did I tell you?
And he
Probably
runs
locked
away
up
from
offensive
people.
rookie of the year last year.
I think he did. I mean, he did have...
It's kind of a month where it was just kind of
And it was in that month Mac Jones had his winning streak.
Right.
And so Chase runs away from people. Chase makes grabs in the end zone he's jumping over people. He runs away from people, jumps over people, and Mixon's no joke. And that coach, Zach Taylor, I mean, one of the most bizarre, I mean, we would have been talking about this if, one of the all-time greats at the receiver position didn't strip sack himself in New York.
The end of the game.
But the end of the game where
Fourth
the
down.
Bengals had an opportunity to score a touchdown, but instead they wanted to just wind the clock down because you don't want to give the ball back to Mahomes. And Andy Reid and Zach Taylor were like going through like parry and thrust like 2 fencers trying to go through clock management. And if Zach Taylor had pulled this, years ago when Andy Reid was in Philadelphia and started out in Kansas City, I mean, Reid is a much different coach now. I mean, he gets the clock management stuff right now. Remember back in the day that was his bugaboo?
Yeah.
So if Zach Taylor had done that against Andy Reid years ago, he still would have won, even though he'd have been 12. But
the Bengals.
They got it right, and that's even with Burrow tweaking his knee in one of those moments. He says he's fine.
Well, there was
the last play of the game.
There was a penalty on the play. It was 4th down. They should have kicked the field goal. They went for a touchdown. They didn't get it. There was a penalty.
Yeah.
Burrow got hurt.
Which is
Backup
crazy.
came in. They still didn't get it, but they finally
They
kicked.
went for it on 4th down.
If they would have
Which
kicked
is
there, though,
wild.
there would have been like a minute left.
So in the end, it
was
all
like
worked out.
56 seconds left.
Had they not gotten that penalty and the Chiefs had gotten the ball back,
And gone down and kicked the field goal?
well, I mean, all you had to do is just you'd have left him 40-some odd seconds or whatever, but he'd have been on his half-yard line. but you got to do some crazy things to try and, beat the competition. And the team that I said is the best team in the NFL right now, and they are playing very, very well. They took that team to overtime in their house in Green Bay. So I'm basically saying look out for the Bengals because you just never know what the hell's going on. And they've got a red-hot quarterback who anyone in Louisiana will tell you knows how to go on a nice fat run and smoke cigars in the locker room, which he's now done in his second season.
You buying any Joe Burrow MVP here?
It's too no.
Too late?
It's Rodgers. Yeah, it's too late. It's Rodgers.
But
Please.
they've got 3 great wide receivers on that Bengals team.
They sure
Higgins
do.
and Tyler.
And a beast of a running back and a defense that can be opportunistic enough. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.